105.7 and AM 1340. WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fanrun Radio.
TB, welcome you to another edition. Ladies and gentlemen, Fanrunning with you on a incredible, and I do mean bow your head when you say thy name, Wednesday with Watson Brown. You know, today as we welcome you in, I have to ask, Tony Vols and the Giants, is it real? Is it real? Really, really hot rumors floating around right now in our local baseball community. Also, it's a Wednesday with Watson. Let's go. Dudley Dawson joins as well. And Mark in Colombo tells me he's dropping a bomb later on in the hour if he can somehow figure out a way to get through. So we got all kinds of stuff to talk about today and very little time to get there. Look, as I said yesterday with this Tony Vitello thing, I get why the Giants want him. Pat Murphy was has been really good in Milwaukee. Now, you know, I've had people, let me just back up here. So last night during that game when Garrett Crochet, Sean Sinclair shoved last night on a huge stage in Major League Baseball. Did neither you nor Brian see that, or either you or Brian see that last night? Garrett Crochet shoving.
No, sir, I did not. I did not watch any baseball yesterday.
The Yankees didn't shove back enough.
Crochet was so good. He retired like 17 guys in a row. So I reach out to Tony during the game. I'm like, man, what do you think of this? I said, are you surprised? And he goes, no, I'm not surprised. No. That was his reply. And then I asked Tony, are you planning on getting to see one of his starts? Because no offense to Bino, when they win game one in your building, Bino, and you got two more games in that same building in this short series, the Yankees are really up against it now. And to Tony, I'm like, do you plan on going to see him one of his starts when the time comes? And he said, maybe. He said, but right now I'm knee deep in recruiting. Now, here's a question. Is he knee deep in his recruiting? Or is he knee deep in the San Francisco Giants recruiting of him? That's the question. And I'll be really honest with you. I had a couple people last night reach out to me and say, man, this thing's real. The Giants have sent a plane for him. I mean, it feels like the groomers all over again, Sean. The Giants have sent a plane for him. I don't know whether those people are right. I don't know. Or whether we just live in a society that's bored, Sean. Or is it a little bit of both?
I guess we'll find out. If being a major league skipper is his ultimate dream, then I wish him all the success in the world. I believe he could do it. I don't understand. I'm not sure why a guy that's as emotional as he is would put himself in that kind of pressure cooker when you don't have control over things like he does in college. He's set to be he's obviously a multimillionaire already and will just be stacking on that. He has a brand new stadium coming up. He's got, I just looked it up. I mean, he's had after the draft the past two top recruiting classes, I think, coming in 2026. He has, if my numbers are right, in perfect game, I just looked it up. He has 19 commitments. 15 or 16 of those 19 have received a perfect 10.0 grade from perfect game. In his 27 class. He has, I think, 9 commitments or 10, and 7 of those are top 100 prospects. So recruiting is going better than it's ever gone in his tenure here. He's one of, if not the top 2 highest paid coaches. He's getting finishing up a brand new stadium.
Yes.
And he doesn't have to deal with general managers. He doesn't have to deal with
the geeks, the Ivy geeks, the Ivy geeks telling you don't
crowds,
telling you don't know sports, even though you've been doing this for 31 years. The Ivy League geeks telling you, arguing about sports with you at the supper table. He doesn't have to deal with that.
Well, then
the
also,
Ivy geeks setting his lineup for him, Sean, setting his lineup, telling him which pitchers he can pitch, telling these pitching coaches that know a lot more than them, that some readout on a spreadsheet tells you who to pitch and when to pitch them.
Yeah, a couple of other things that don't kind of add up. Again, I want to be on record and say I think he could do it.
I think he could do it too.
He's successful. However,
I think he can win anywhere he goes.
Yeah, exactly. But is the band going with him? I imagine Frank Anderson either retires for good or stays along and helps, because Josh Elander will be the step-in coach, and he'll be wonderful as well. He's been he's been one of the main recruiters. We couldn't find a better guy to replace Vitello. So who knows? It's Tony. It's interesting. Tony has a love-hate relationship, seemingly from the outside to me, with the season. He's fired up about it. There's things about the stadium. There's things about the things. He's Italian. No offense. You are too. You guys get very emotional about stuff. And then he loves the best fans in the world. Are you going to do that for 162 games when the Giants Stadium is going to be about 20% full on most nights?
Awful.
I don't see. Again, when you're a multimillionaire, is more than that coming up? I mean, I don't know.
Do you buy it, Sean? On its face right now, as we sit here, like all these rumors that are percolating, that they've sent a plane. And by the way, Tony Basilio, have you texted Tony Vitello and said, is this thing with you and the Giants real? No, I haven't. Why? Because, like I told a friend of mine, that I just don't believe it. I think it sounds good. It's kind of interesting to talk about. I'm just talking about in my heart and in my soul. Now, if I come to the conclusion that it's a real story, I'll be all over it. Don't worry about that. I'll be in the middle of it. But I'm just telling you, me, and we're all different, right? Like I got a friend that's got a porch, and he's out there every day, and he's out there in the midweek, and he's slaving over the grill, and he's hosting people, and he's got and he's really worried. He tried to call me last night at 10:45. I'm like, what are we doing, man? Oh, I just got off the phone with so-and-so, and they just sent a plane to get him after practice today. And I'm like, well, that's funny, because if he's on an airplane right now, he's got really good service. Because I was just texting with him watching the baseball game. Like, I'm literally exchanging texts with him right now. Like, I just texted him 10 minutes ago. He's on an airplane. I'm not saying we don't text on airplanes
if he's
now.
If he's going to be there, who cares? Why would you worry about him? Wish him the best of luck and usher in a new coach and thank him for putting this place in the top 5.
Sean, you're of the belief this thing's going to continue. It ain't going to continue without him. I love you to death. This thing and I love Elander. No offense to him. Come on, man. No, let's get real.
No, it's going to continue. It won't continue likely at the rate it is.
Now we're talking.
It'll be a lot better than when he got here.
You don't know. You don't know that. You can't. You don't know.
You can't chain a guy to a job.
I'm not chaining anybody to a job.
I'm saying I'm of the opinion now that if that's what he wants to do, then I wish him well.
Do you buy it? Sean Sinclair right now as we sit here.
No. I believe if you're San Francisco or you're a major league operation, you leave no stone unturned. You look for the best fit, if that's in college baseball, if it's in the minors, if it's a retired manager, you do what you have to do. That's what you have to do if you're running a program like that. If you don't call, it's the same thing in college. If you're Texas A&M,
Yes.
and you don't call Tony Vitello, you're not doing your job as an AD.
Brian Hartman, do you believe it? Right now, do you believe it, Brian?
No, I don't. Not at all.
I stand with Brian. But I also stand with Sean. Let me tell you something. Tony would be great at that. I think Tony could be a college football coach tomorrow and win. Ray Mears told me one time. He said, you know, Tony, I coached all kinds of sports coming up when I realized I wasn't a very good athlete. He said, and people that can coach can coach. He said, I can go read a manual. And Mears told me, he said, let me tell you what coaching is. It's people. It's understanding people. And he didn't say this at the time, but this is what he meant. It's learning how to unlock people. It's learning how to get athletes, connect with them so that they can dig deeper than they ever thought possible inside themselves. And I see the way Will Heflin and people like him talk about Tony Vitello, the reverential terms. And look, here's the ultimate mark of a coach. And Cinco knows this more than anybody because he's been around it. The really, really good coaches, the guys, when you talk to them behind the scenes, love on them. Not like the stuff you say in the media. Because and then kind of the fraudy coaches, when you get them alone, they tell you what they really think. Yeah, you think this guy's this. Well, he's really an SOB, and here's why. You don't get none of that with Tony. You get none of that with Tony. I think Tony Vitello would be absolutely a miserable wreck if he took that Giants job, knowing him. I just think it would be a horrible mistake for him. And that's why ultimately I don't give credence to it. Now, why would the Giants want him? Well, for one thing, he's one of the brightest people you'll ever meet. I mean, in any walk of life. For another thing, he's unbelievably magnetic. I think he would do a nice job with their team. I just think he'd be completely miserable, Sean. I'm talking miserable.
I don't know what he would be, but I think there's a thing here where not only is he a winner, but is he a better coach than his father is? I don't know about that. His father was a dominant coach, soccer, baseball, etc. But the point being that he impacted lives. And Tony Vitello, I don't know that you impact many lives in professional sports. I think what you talk about Will Heflin, what you talk about Max Ferguson, all those guys, whether they're in the pros or not the pros right now, is the impact he's had on that, the impact he's had on this university. Two things you're talking about coaching. Roll your eyes if you want. She would never have been given the chance. Pat Summitt would have been a successful coach in any sport, male or female.
I agree.
She would have learned the sport quickly. She would have identified the best teachers, and she would have been a dogged recruiter, whatever it was, lacrosse, men's lacrosse, girls tennis. Doesn't matter. And a great story one time when we were in school, I had the opportunity several times to talk to Ray Buzzard, who was he was the head swim coach, champion coach, national champions, All-Americans, Olympians, etc. One of the neatest guys I've ever met in my life. Would say anything, no filter, etc. Come to find out later, I found out that he was a Hall of Fame high school football coach in the state of Virginia. If you can coach at an elite level, you can coach. Bruce Pearl would be a great. Bruce Pearl didn't play college basketball.
No, he was a mascot. He was a mascot. That's right.
Bruce Pearl would have become a highly successful football coach if he wanted to be. I truly believe that.
No, you get no argument from me. Speaking of great coaches, the great Watson Brown joins. I know folks want to talk about false start on a Wednesday with Watson Brown, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meat. So if you're there, know you're hanging on for a while. But if you want to hang there for a while, hang, because we will no doubt get to the Vitello thing. Are you scared? People are. Oh, hey, the airplane. Hey, the airplane. He's on the airplane. I don't know. Is he? I don't know. Is he? I don't know. He's amazing. Well, I picked him up after practice today. I'm like, really? Well, that's funny because I've been texting with him tonight watching the game. So he must be watching it en route to the coast. And then he tells me, well, I got recruits in, blah, blah, blah. You coming down the count? Well, I got recruits. I don't know. We got recruits in. Maybe what he meant is I'm going to be in San Francisco. Maybe that's what he meant. So we continue with more after this.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, If you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the volunteer state by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof. T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka, and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka, distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, Living Vol fan, only one place. That's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike, Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio Show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morris here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
So the Tony Vitello rumor train is going to run today, no doubt. We've invited him on the show. The baseball team has a scrimmage on Saturday in Chattanooga. Tony's going to be there. Matt Dixon reminded me, Pat Murphy left Arizona State because of an NCAA investigation, which really isn't germane to the point here. Pat Murphy was successful this year. They led the National League in wins, and it is a copycat world we live in. I was just talking with Watson Brown about that, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. And whether or not he was getting ready to get fired at Arizona State's not germane to the conversation. What is germane is the guy had wild success this year. There hasn't been many guys that have crossed over. And Watson Brown now joins on our TLD Logistics phone lines or online at tldlogistics.com. Presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. Watson, I welcome you in, my brother, and I hope you're well on this Wednesday. And I guess nothing surprises us anymore, but college baseball coaches involved with major league jobs. I mean, that seems like two different sports to me, Watson. Hello, Watson. Hang on. What's going on with my phones here? Watson, are you there? Hola, hola, hola. Let me see if it's him or... Hello on the phone lines. Are you there? Uh-oh. My phone lines are down. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm right here, Tony.
Okay, you're right there. Watson, are you there? Let me see if I can get him. Brian, what do you think of this? By the way, the College Sports Commission, Sean, is going to open up a snitch line. If you know of somebody that's going over the cap, you know of somebody that's circumventing the cap, you know of somebody that's doing these things, you can call and you can snitch on them, Sean. Thoughts on that? The snitch line.
So do snitches no longer get stitches?
That's
Sean,
the dumbest thing I've ever. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Expound.
Well, of course,
Sean.
everybody's going to be calling. They don't have enough. They don't have enough people to make sure that a pass interference is right or wrong. And you're gonna track down every single tip coming in that some school is going. How are you going to prove it? Give me a break. What are they going to bring back? Rich Johanningmeyer and his cache of investigators to try to look at everything? Come on.
What are they going to do about it? That's another thing. What are they going to really do about it?
What are they going to do about it, Bri?
What are they going to do about it?
What are they going to do about it?
How can they enforce anything?
Pete Nacos says the following. Pete Nacos, College Sports Commission is establishing an anonymous tip line, which has been nicknamed the Snitch Line. Sources tell On3. See if you can connect with Watson out there. Let's try it. Let's make another run at him. The CSC will be taking tips on everything from schools going over the cap to circumventing NIL Go. I love how the guys that cover this stuff cover it like it's real. Sean, do you think NIL Go is real? Do you think any of this stuff's real, Sean? You think these schools are going to pay attention to this stuff when the time comes?
No, of course not.
I mean, these guys are such sheep that cover this stuff like it's real.
Well, I don't understand what if it is. Let's say it is real. The NCAA they're just kicking again, as they have done for the history of their existence. They kick every important decision can down the road. If you want to deal with this, collective bargain and be done with it. They lose every single. I guess they've won a couple of here and there, but I'm not sure that the players wouldn't take it to another level about eligibility or NIL money, etc. But they can't even manage anything, and that now all of a sudden you're going to be given this just dinosaur of a tip line, anonymous tip line where anybody can just call. That's crazy.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm getting my hands on that tip line because we got some receipts we're keeping around here, Bri. I'm gonna turn Stephen F. and Pearl in.
But they had receipts on Will Wade and the guy down in Miami.
I got receipts on Will Wade. I got receipts over here, man. Turn in Kentucky. Turn them all in. I'm gonna turn in Saban for some things that happened with him in the past. Watson Brown, how you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, there's my man. Woo! You want something done, you get Laura to do it. On the TLD Logistics phone line, it's a Wednesday with Watson, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. Hey, Watson, I was just reading something to the guys, and what I was reading to them is that Pete Nacos is reporting just a moment ago that the NCAA is starting what they're calling what people in the media are referring to as a snitch line. College Sports Commission establishing an anonymous tip line, which has been nicknamed a snitch line. According to On3 Sports, the CSC will be taking tips on everything from schools going over the cap to circumventing the NIL Go. What the NIL Go is, okay, that's the whole deal now where you're supposed to get fair market value for your NIL, not we're paying you to play. No, he's laughing. A guy that's been in this for 4+ decades, ladies and gentlemen, derive laughter from that and joy. How big of a joke is that, Watson, in your humble opinion?
I mean, Tony, they always say what goes around comes around. This is 30, 40 years ago. This is exactly, I mean, somebody turned somebody in for this, and the NC2A did have to look into it and do this and that, and very seldom did they get anybody. And like I told you, it was over. I can tell you, I was right in the Southwest Conference when SMU went down. I was there. I was part of it as AD and coach, and it was over a kid getting paid and not working. They paid him and he didn't show up to work, and that's exactly what got them. And it was their second go around. So this is all coming right back again. Here we go again.
You imagine the bulk of the number of phone calls that would come into a line like that. And like Sean said, Sean, the last time I checked, they have like 3 investigators in Indianapolis. I mean, they don't even, it's not even like they have, and the people from that law firm are from the Deloitte people. Laura doesn't like me saying the last name of their thing. She says, don't say that on the air. Deloitte Touche. They're the ones, Sean, spearheading this. They think that they can get to the bottom of things.
Why would the NCAA spend any money at all investigating stuff they can't control or can't punish or can't do anything?
Because that's the truth, Watson. You imagine them going to try to punish one of these schools, and one of these schools saying, we'll just see you in court. Let's see how legal your whole little thing is here.
They have no power, so that's not going to work. And then the thing that you said, that another thing I giggled about, was anonymous. You get anonymous calls. I mean, the NC2A wouldn't even look at anonymous back in the day. I mean, you had to officially turn something in. And
oh, really?
There's no telling. Oh, yeah. There's no telling. Now, they might look into something, but it ain't going to go any further till they get something official from somebody. And that's crazy to me, because there's no telling what'll come in anonymously. Think about fans just calling just to call and say, man, you need to go look into this. They just lost they hadn't beaten their rival in 3 years or something. And I mean, that's crazy to me for it to be anonymous. I think if you turn something in, there ought to be something to it, and you ought to have to put your name to it.
Hey, Watson, if I
get
my hands on that tip line, I'm putting it on Twitter and putting it on my I'm going to put it on my blog.
You'll have fun with it.
Let's settle all the scores. Maybe we could call something in on the air, guys, one day. That'd be a good little gimmick. That'd be a good little bit as Watson Brown joins, because really we're making a light of something that deserves to be made fun of, because it's a joke.
Well,
it's dumb. It's silly.
It's like you were talking about coaches, and we're talking about Tony and this San Francisco guy thing or something. And the college coaches haven't had a lot of success when they've pulled it in football. But now I think you're going to see a lot more of them call, because all of a sudden it's the same thing as professional football. You're paying kids, you're deciding who's getting this and who's getting that. I mean, it's very similar now to the pro ranks. And so I think you're going to see more college coaches get calls than the NFL has gotten, where it just picks from the 32 teams. So I think that's what's going on, and I think that you'll see it in all sports, baseball, basketball, because it's nothing right now but a mini professional baseball league or a mini professional football league. And I don't even know if you call it mini, because there's some of these guys getting paid in college a lot more than they get paid if and when they ever get to go to the NFL.
How about that money James Franklin's making, Watson, and that offense they're running? That looked like 1957 out there. What in the world? I'm gonna get to a couple things we saw on the field, including the Vols with a real close shave. Watson Brown, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats, a beef brand simply built on quality. And look, they've got a spot in West Knoxville off Level Road. Their little shop. You got to go by and check their shop out. It's like going in the old corner store, except in that corner store, you're going to find the very, very freshest of steaks and burgers and sausages and roasted chicken, and all this stuff is raised and sourced. The meats from farms on pastures on purpose. No hormones, none of that stuff. I mean, we're talking about the best of the best, and you will taste the difference. So stop by and taste the best from the Tennessee community. You can also, they can ship anywhere in the world to you, simpsonsmeats.com. And Sam Bruce and the folks there say that we've gotten them tremendous results. And I'm just not surprised, because first of all, they've got a great product. Secondly, we just have a tremendous following of loyal folks who support the program, and I appreciate that. So, Watson, speaking of support, Tennessee had a huge contingent of fans on the road at Mississippi State. What an interesting football game. You and I were texting during the game. Mississippi State at times was real physical with the Vols, Watson.
Yeah, they were. And I think the more I watched it, Tennessee was kind of soft in the secondary. I think they're trying to cover their corners right now. Mm-hmm. And so they weren't playing the style I've seen them play as much in last year. And so they're a little soft. And so there's a little area between the front line and the second line. And they were getting some movement in the first half, and the ball was bouncing outside, and there wasn't anybody there real quick. And so the back's getting ahead of speed up, and now you've got a big back coming down on a secondary guy, and that's a hard tackle. I don't care what you say. You got to get those guys before they really get going. And so they got knocked around a little bit, but they straightened it out. Tony, to me, the big play of the game was the fourth down play, in my opinion, and they got in a kind of a bunch set and ran a pick route, a mesh route as we call them, and first time I've seen them do that, and it went for a big play, and so I was impressed with Tennessee. It wasn't a pretty win, but you don't get a whole bunch of pretty wins in the SEC on the road. You want to go in there, you get out of there, and get on to the next one. So I thought they did good by getting out of there with a win.
I'd like you to tell on yourself, Watson, because I know you called plays when you were the head coach, yes?
Yep, I did. All but 1 year. I had Steve Sloan my last year at Vanderbilt called them.
Okay, so were there times where, because Josh is calling the plays, they can act like they got an offensive coordinator and this, that, and the other. Josh calling the plays.
He's for sure calling the big ones.
Okay,
I can tell you that.
Thank you. So, the end of the game, that whole sequence where they let 28 seconds run off the clock. Have you ever had a spot like that where you should have called a timeout and just in the moment, for whatever reason, you freeze, whatever. We're all human. Like, you have a bad day at the office. Does that happen? Because this has happened now a couple times to him this year, and people are kind of, they're passing judgment on this guy as a game manager or whatever, and I'm not sure if that's fair or not fair, but it seems to me like it's very fast. I'm trying to get the next play in my head called, but then at the same time, I got to get timeout. Or should he be getting help in his headset, Watson? Should somebody be screaming in his headset, you got to get a timeout, get a timeout, get a timeout? Walk us through like what that's like on the sidelines, please.
I'm sure I've messed up some through my time but I don't think it's doing both. It's just a decision you got to make, and you've got time to make that, because in my opinion, when I was making them, you're making a play call off of the philosophy that you decide. So I always thought it was easier because I was doing it. I didn't have to have a philosophy and then the guy will hear what my philosophy was and then call a play. I could do it all together in my mind, but part of it is you go fast, you don't make a first down, you give them the ball back, a chance to beat you. There's so much goes into that. I can vividly remember one, Tony, and we're playing Mississippi State, and the game's tied, and they punt to us. My quarterback had gotten dinged in the head the series prior. I've got a backup in. Matter of fact, I think the backup was Sam Hunt, the singer, the country music singer now, who had been injured himself. And we had maybe 25 seconds or so. We had the ball at about our own 30. And I just kind of let the clock run out. And, man, I caught so much grief that I didn't throw 2 or 3 balls and go down and try to win the game. We get in overtime and lose the game in overtime to Mississippi State, and we'd beaten them the year before. And I got eat up, and I understand it. And I told them after the game, I said, I was just afraid to do it with our quarterback out. And I said, Lord, we fumble a snap or we throw a bad ball here or whatever, and then they end up beating us. That's a little bit of the same kind of thing, I think. And it's just decisions you make as a head coach. I I'll defend him because they're not all easy, and sometimes you may mess them up, and sometimes you don't. And but I don't think he froze. I don't think anything. It was what he wanted to do. He was doing what he wanted to do, in my opinion.
That's interesting. So letting like 28 seconds run off a clock is what he wanted to do. Sean, jump in here on this because that was a major point of discussion on our Garza Law fifth quarter fan reaction. Some fans were just apoplectic over it. I don't know, Sean, that I've ever seen anything like it at the end of a game. But who knows what the motivation was, Cinco? Jump in here on that if you have a thought.
Well, I've never had that headset on as a head football coach, so I can't really speak with any kind of authority, but I would imagine I did have the opportunity when I was in school in the press box to have headset on, and there is no time. And the stuff as a human going through your mind, it's not like chess where you can sit there and analyze every single move you make and what are the ramifications of those moves. You're in hot water right there, and you got to make the best decision you can. It is conceivable that what he did was exactly what he wanted to do, that he wanted to play it just like that. And we see things differently from our couch or our seat. But, it's a tough spot to be in. But, I'll say, and I think Coach would agree with this, he knows his team. He knows his players. He knows the momentum. He knows everything about going on that sideline way better than we do. And he makes the best decisions he can with the information he's got in the time allotted.
Was he afraid to kick a long field goal, you think, there, Watson?
That would be the thing that you wonder, because I don't think there's any doubt he did what he wanted to do. Sean's got a point in that it happens so fast, and people don't understand how fast the decisions you have to make. But he's used to fast decisions by running that style of offense, a fast offense. Teams that are a slowdown, and then you get in those 2 minutes, that's harder on the decision maker and the play caller. But they're so used to it. He may regret what he did today, but he did what he thought was right at the time. What I'm saying is there's no way he choked. There's no way he sits and said, "Oh, what do we do? What do we do?" He's doing what he thought was right. And now, I've many times, like I said, if I had to go back against Mississippi State when I was at UAB with a chance to beat them 2 years in a row, I'd have thrown it with the backup quarterback. So after it's over, I look back and said, I should have done it. Now, we also got beat in overtime where Tennessee didn't. They went in against Mississippi State and won the game in overtime. So you're going to have those times, but I don't think he choked, guys. I don't think that's what it was whatsoever.
If I could add this, and again, I was an observer. I have no impact on the game. I knew exactly what my role was, and it was insignificant. But I was there for 2 years in a press box and watched this. I would watch the offensive coordinator, and this is what they're sitting in the front row of the press box. It's not the greatest view you have. Back then, there was a communication was two-way. It goes straight to the head coach, or you have a phone call, the old curly thing where you could talk to the quarterback or whoever was down there. There's not mass communication. So my observation was the offensive coordinator was sitting there looking at play sheets in front of him. He had one spotter who was either a manager or GA telling him, "Coach, it's 3rd and 11 on the right hash." The offensive coordinator hardly even looked up because he was already thinking of contingencies of what happened to that play to call the next play. The stuff moves, and then if you have anybody adding input, it messes everything up. The decisions that I saw had to be made were so fast and had to be so definitive that there's no time to even take a drink of Diet Coke in between plays. I wonder if Coach, remembers it similarly.
I 100% agree, and that's why I think, honestly, I always said, because I was one of the few that called plays as a head coach, that's where I thought it was an advantage to be the guy making the philosophy decision and calling the play to go with it. Instead of, okay, let's go a little slower here. Now the guy's got to think, okay, what do I do? Do I just call a draw? Do I call a screen? I just think it's easier to do it that way. The other thing, Sean, that that I did, and I promise you I've worked for guys that were the same kind of way. I did not want anybody saying anything to me during play call times and those kind of decisions. I don't want to hear from anybody. If I wanted to hear from anybody, I told them, John, what do you think right here? But I didn't want anybody popping in and saying something when I'm trying to make a quick philosophical or a call play decision, and I'd get on somebody for doing that. So I didn't ever want somebody to say, Coach, call a timeout, call a timeout. I don't want to hear it. If I blow it, I blow it, but it's going to be on me. I don't have time to listen to somebody tell me what they think might be the best thing to do. It's like I'd go around the staff room, Tony, and for a decision we had to make or something with a player that maybe got in trouble, whatever, or a philosophical decision within the team. I could go around and have 10 people give me 10 different ideas. That's all great, but sooner or later, one man's got to make those decisions. And you can't have more than one making those kind of decisions. And that's where I'll just defend him on it, whether it was right or wrong. I think he did what he wanted to do.
When you were watching it, were you surprised, Watson, they let that time run?
Yeah, I was a little bit, but at the same time, I'm sitting there saying, I think I understand. He's a little nervous with this right here. So yeah, I was. I will say that I was. I was a little surprised that he went about it the way he went about it. And like I said, after the Mississippi State debacle, and I just bring that one up because it was the same team that Josh just had to make it, and we were playing them that year in Birmingham. We weren't in Starkville. And I regretted it when it was over. I didn't ever say that because it's just don't help go back and do that. I just said it's a decision we made and we live with it and we get on to the next one. But I never said I wish I'd done it different. And he may have the same feelings, but the difference is he won the game. I lost the game.
Well, see, that's the interesting thing, right? So you win the game and then you wonder.
So it was all right, the decision he made. That's the way I look at it.
That's yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like I said after that game, because it was one of the more bizarre football games we've ever seen, you ain't painting pictures, you're writing numbers. That's the old saying in golf, you know? And the other thing you know about in golf, if you ever see that sport up close and personal at semi-high level, is those things will even out. Every once in a while, a ball hit a cart path, bounce where it's not supposed to, and then every once in a while, you'll hit a drive that'll roll into a divot. So, you know, the breaks in that deal, you're going to get what you get, and your score is your score, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to deserve to shoot the score you shot. And 9 times out of 10, the team that deserves to win, Watson's going to win the football game.
Hey,
in football, more than any other sport, football's that way.
Yes.
And the other thing I'd say is he did get a nice bounce because his first play call of the overtime was a call away from the blitz. There was a blitz coming from the field, and he ran the play away from the blitz. And when you do that, you got a great chance to be successful. A lot of times people will check away from seeing the blitz. They didn't do that, but they ran the play away from the blitz, and it was one guy kind of missed a tackle, and it was a walk-in because all the bodies were coming from the field.
Go ahead.
What did you see on the offensive pass interference penalty on Chris Brazzell that took away a touchdown? Do you think they should have a chance to go and sort of challenge calls like that when they score?
You think they ought to have to do what, Brian?
Okay, so
to challenge.
I mean, Watson, just to elaborate, because we've talked significantly about this week, Brian. Not step on you. I just want to elaborate for Watson. We've had a robust discussion the past couple of days, and even on our overtime with our Garza Law program post game, Watson. That they right now they review every scoring play. So why not review a play where a guy catches the ball, runs into the end zone, and scores? Technically, which is a scoring play. They wipe the points off the board due to an offensive pass interference. Should a play like that be reviewable in your mind?
I think it'll get to that. I hate to see them just keep doing more and more and more because it just slows the game down more, but I think it will. When you can overrule a ball that crossed the line of scrimmage or that official said it didn't, and it's called, where they didn't break the pocket or something and throw it over here and it's loss of down and all that, they can review that. So I do think it could get to that. And if you really want to be fair, I think they should get to that, but I'm just not one that really wants to add another thing that you stop the clock for and run, because I think we do that way too much now. I mean,
do you think that
we
was
stopped
offensive
really
pass
every-
interference?
I think that was a 50-50 call, and if I had been the official, I think I would have let that go. But it would have been a fuss by one side or the other, no matter which way the guy called that. There would have been a fuss by both because it was such a close call. But for me, and everybody'd say, "Well, you're an offensive guy." No, I just think they're letting them push and shove so much to the world today, guys.
I love
college
it.
football, SEC especially.
I love it.
They let them go now.
I love
so
it.
That's why I just don't think I would have called that.
Watson, from a coaching
critical time during the game too. Critical.
Oh, unreal. From a coaching perspective, okay? Do the coaches want them to allow hand fighting, or do the coaches want all that stuff called? What do the coaches want?
Go around the table. All those defensive guys say yes. All those offensive guys say no.
Well,
it's like I said. I can go around there at the staff meeting and do that, and so it goes both ways. To me, I'd clean it up just a tad, but again, here I am, an offensive guy. I just think it takes away from the route running and the things that you do, and it turns it into kind of a nasty looking thing with them pushing and shoving. And I'd take a little bit of it away, in my opinion, but not to the NFL way, not that far. That defensive backs in the NFL, they got no chance, man. It's all about show, score points. And that's not being fair to defensive backs, in my opinion. I like the college way of doing it much better than the pro way.
Well, if that's the case, what's going on with the Titans, Watson?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you even turn that? Do you even
feel sorry for them?
Do you even tune that in right now? Because I had a Titan fan yesterday tell me
I'll watch them.
They can't do it.
They have a show up here that he does on Tuesday nights, and I'll sit and watch that. I just feel sorry for him. I don't know if it's him or they're just not good enough yet. But it's just the way of the world, and here he is at 4 games into the second season, and he's talking about him being gone.
Buddy, they're all over him.
I don't think that's fair, but again, I'm a coach. I look at it through rose-colored glasses, as people would tell me, and let's give him a chance here and see. I don't think they're very good yet. They really have fallen off and got a lot of young kids out there. And I just don't think they're very good yet. You're not going to win, Tony. You're not going to win with a brand new freshman quarterback, as I would call him, a first-year player in the NFL.
Not with a team like that around them. No. And by the way,
the guy with the Redskins last year, it's like we all said. I said last year, this guy's bona fide. He ought to be the first guy taken in the draft. And
you nailed that.
You'll get one every once in a while. But when you're on a poor team like the Titans are,
yep. When
you're on a poor team with that, it just puts more pressure on the guy. And he's bottom of the league in all the stats right now. Well, he should be. This is his first time he's ever done any of this stuff.
It's a Wednesday with Watson Brown, presented by our friends at Simpsons Meats. They're online at simpsonsmeats.com. Also, check out their store in West Knoxville off Level Road. If you want to buy in bulk, they've got half and quarter cows available. They've got gift boxes, things you can send all over the world. Great gift. Great idea. If you're like in the pharmaceutical industry or something like that, and you want to do something great for an office, that's a great idea. The great Watson Brown joins. Watson, you told us don't throw dirt on Alabama a few weeks back. You said you told me two things
about Ty Simpson too,
and you said about Ty Simpson.
Remember back in the summer, I said he's going to be a really good football player.
And by the way, he looked really comfortable. They were doing all that stuff to get him off platform the other day, rolling him out.
Yeah,
he's grown very confident in that offense. He looked like a comfortable football player Saturday.
He did. He sure did. And I'm telling you, and this isn't prejudice at all. This is going to be a great game. Vanderbilt is very tough to beat. They do the academy style, Tony. That's what they're doing. And it's when I told you I played 36 of those Power 5 games when I was at UAB. 36 of them. I always went into every one of those games, shorten the game. Get to the fourth quarter with a chance to win the game if you can pull that off. And now you've got you a real shot here. That's Vanderbilt's way. They're keeping the ball, and everybody's always said to me, when you try to shorten the game, where have you got to be good? I say you got to be good on offense to shorten the game. You cannot be as good on defense, but you've got to be good on offense because you got to be able to keep the ball away from who you're playing. And that's what they're doing, and it's frustrating. And that's what they're going to go into Tuscaloosa and do. And everybody said Alabama wasn't ready to play last year. Alabama had no idea how to stop that option-style stuff they're doing. They had no idea. They better have done a lot of studying over the summer because Pavia is a much better player this year than he was last. He's passing the football so much better. They're doing a lot more with him in the passing game. He's dropping back and throwing the ball some. And I think it's a tough out for Alabama, man. I'm telling you, anytime you play Vanderbilt this year, if Pavia stays healthy, it's going to be a close game because of their style of play.
We wrote today in the blog, I don't know if Brian Hartman saw this, on a neutral field, Tennessee and Pavia would be a 1.5. The Vols would be a 1.5 point favorite, Brian, in that game right now. That's the level. That's the level. But that's the level Vanderbilt's playing at right now. My point is, that's the level Vanderbilt's playing at right now because the Vols had Georgia beat, and Alabama beat Georgia. So if ever there was a season where these teams power rated wise, Watson, are laying one on top of the other, this is the year, which leads me to this. Do you think Florida, I mean, this could be their last hurrah, right? But they have Texas, and Arch has struggled, and that Florida defense is really good. This is going to be a nice test for him to see how much he's learned because this is going to be a real test for him, Watson.
Well, and so is it for the Florida quarterback.
He's going to get
because I think Florida would not have one loss at the most right now if they had any quarterback play.
No doubt about it.
If Pavia was at Florida right now, if Aguilar was at Florida right now, they're undefeated. That's how important that position is. And the ones that's quarterbacks, that's why Alabama's different now than they were against Florida State. Quarterback play.
Hey, Watson,
it's different.
I wrote today in the blog, and I mean this, and C was helping me, but if you took Aguilar and put him on Texas team, nobody in this league would touch them. They would kill everybody. Their defense is awesome.
With Pavia.
They've got, and I will agree with that. I'm gonna give you Pavia too. I think those guys, the Joes, are blowing the pros out this year. It is the year of the Joes, man, and I love it.
Well, and it's becoming every year more so. Quarterback. You're not going to win big if you don't have that guy. It's not happening. You just cannot come with an offense that you can win big with, that the quarterback doesn't have to be a major piece of it. And that wasn't the way it was 20, 30 years ago. You go take Herschel Walker and win a lot of games. You go take Tony Dorsett and win a lot of games and championships, but not anymore. You've got to have that position, and that's why Tennessee was so lucky to get this kid. And Vanderbilt getting this kid. Look at how it's just changed. And everybody says, oh, they got money now. Yeah, they do. And they're getting better players because of it. But take that kid off that football team. And I don't think we're looking at what we're looking at right now. That's going to be a hell of a game. And I promise you, the Crimson Tide defensive room is tighter than you can imagine right now. That stuff's not easy to stop. And they're 0 for 1 against it. They had no chance last year to stop it.
I love you like a brother. You're my man.
All right, guys. Always an honor to me.
I love your passion. I love you. I love your knowledge, your passion, your poise, your character. So much to love about Watson Brown, presented by our friends at Simpson's Meats. Hour 2 on the radio after this. Upon the continuance, it will be, Bri, what are we doing upon the continuance? Dudley Dawson, is that right, Bri?
Yes.
Well, I want to talk about Katrina. And Katrina going through there and firing 2 coaches already. I mean, this guy is an absolute treat, a treasure, and a total nut job. And then I want to get to this Tony Vitello stuff, if you believe it or not, after this.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville. Fanrun Radio.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted grade A grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Score a TD every time with T3 Vodka. T3 is Tennessee's premium vodka, handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. T3 Vodka is taking the volunteer state by storm. T3 Vodka, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains, where quality isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. Filtered 10 times and 80 proof, T3 Vodka delivers a smoothness that's unmatched. This dedication to excellence has already earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades. T3 is a 5-time gold medal winning vodka and the 2025 SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner. Whether you're sipping it neat or on the rocks or mixing up your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka is your choice for a premium, award-winning experience. Score a T3 TD and ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, drink T3 Vodka and score a touchdown every time. T3, Tennessee's premium vodka, distributed by Athens Distributing Company. Please drink responsibly. Basilio here. No one does it like Alumni Hall. I'm here to tell you, living Vol fan, only one place. That's the best place to shop for Tennessee gear, and that's Alumni Hall. The best and largest selection of Tennessee apparel for the whole family. Top brands like Nike, Champion, Columbia, Peter Millar. Load up on hats, accessories, Yeti, all your tailgating necessities. Download the Alumni Hall app, click account, and it'll tell you how much Hall cash you've earned. You earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, with physical locations in Murfreesboro, Bristol, and 3 locations in Knoxville, now open in Johnson City. Pop into Alumni Hall and get ready and tell them Tony B sent you. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio Show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Basilio here for Budget Transmissions. TGMD, the great Matt Dixon, took his Ford Escape to budget, and like our gold bullet back in the day, it was a total mess. And now, Matt's back in the game. He's got a new transmission, axle, wheel bearing, both radiator hoses, engine mounts, coolant hoses. I mean, his Ford Escape was about to escape to the junkyard, but he didn't begrudge it. He took it to budget, and now he's on his way back to Omaha. Budget Transmissions, over 30 years in business, conveniently located in Bearden. All extended service contracts are honored. A gold certified Repair Pal member. 865-584-4391. 865-584-4391. Budget Transmissions. Don't begrudge it. Take it to budget.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morse here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Josh Collins at Collins Insurance Agency. At Collins Insurance, we strive to ensure our customers receive better coverage along with bigger savings. Our community is important to us. We want to provide exceptional service to our customers. Anybody can provide great rates, great coverage, but can you also get great service? And hey, don't just take my word for it.
What's up, everybody? Zakai Ziegler here. My family turns to Collins Insurance Agency for the best service, coverage, and price.
So don't just go online and get some random insurance. Experience the Collins Insurance difference.
Like he said, experience the Collins Insurance difference. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. And hey, their Mama's Easy approved. CollinsInsuranceTN.com. Thank you to Josh Collins and ZZ.
One more thing, Tony. Go Vols.
TB back with you. It's unbelievable, Andy. As we welcome you back, the Tennessee basketball Vols took one away from who'd they take one away from? Oh, Purdue the other day. And we talk about that in the blog over at tclub.team today, TonyBasilio.com, a.k.a. Now joining us, hogville.net. You bow your head when you say thy name. I mark out for Dudley Dawson because the son's like a big-time music attorney, music agent. He's got me fired up, focused, and prepared when I talk to Dudley Dawson. Hey, Dudley, nothing going on in Arkansas this week, just kind of another boring week, right?
Hey, this is the first day this week I've woke up and hadn't said F myself to me about what's going on around here. It's been a circus, or as they used to say in Breaking Bad, and let everybody know I'm not using the T here. It's a catastrophe here.
So you and I were talking off the air. From the outside looking in, it looks like Arkansas brought Bobby Petrino back as sort of a low-key, soft landing interim succession plan. And you were telling me off the air, not so fast, my friend. Give me the backstory there.
Yeah, all of my sources, and they're all older and in the program and pretty good. They say last year, if there had been a change, if this scenario had happened last year, that Travis Williams, the defensive coordinator, who's a real up and comer, very popular with the players, would have been the interim coach, and that would have been the case again this year. Except the defense is absolutely, or has been absolutely horrid. There was no effort on the field in the Notre Dame game. And so in terms of succession as interim coach, Bobby Petrino was your choice. Now, do I think he's going to be the head coach here next year? I wouldn't bet against it, but I certainly wouldn't bet for it either, because he's got 7 games to prove that not only can he win on the football field, but he can play this new NIL transfer portal game. And all I've been doing the past couple of days is writing about decommits from recruits. So it's a cluster here right now.
Oh, wow. So the guys that were there that they're like, hey, because here's the thing. And I'm not knocking Bobby Petrino, but I will say this: I'm going to couch us, and you can kind of play along if you feel like or not. But Sam Pittman had a stop here. You can't find a person in the Knoxville community that would say a cross word about him. You can't find a former player that would say, and I'm talking about guys that didn't get on the field, that will say a cross word about Sam Pittman. And I'm not sure, poor Petrino, I'm not sure how many of his former players you could find that would love on him. And the last time he dealt with professional athletes was in Atlanta. And what was that word again? Shatocracy. What was the thing? My father was a mushroom grower. Shatocracy. Yeah, there you go. I think that would apply.
Straight from Breaking Bad, baby. Straight
Okay.
from Breaking Bad.
So I think that would apply. So I'll leave that at your feet. I don't see this guy coaching kids getting paid. Do you? I mean, long term?
Yeah, no, not at all. And it's, as we were talking off the air, my relationship with him wasn't the greatest here because of who he was when he was here last time. Now, he did the whole mea culpa and came back to the Little Rock Touchdown Club, and they welcomed him back in as an assistant with open arms. I've been very clear. I say that he used to be a player. Now he's a grandfather, in his mentality. But, he's a very disciplined coach when it comes to other people. And he right away Monday let go of 3 very popular defensive assistants. He basically at the press conference told the 24 to 18-year-old guys who were on his team, you don't like change? You send out an emoji on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. Well, that's tough. Deal with it. You're pros now. And, you get paid to play. And so, he's going to be that same guy. As you said, I just don't think it's going to work in the pay for play era because it is pro football right now. And not sure it's going to work out. Again, though, if he beats Tennessee and goes 7-0, yeah, you're going to hand him the job. And he's going to surround himself with a bunch of young people who will play the game. But let's be honest about one thing. I know I'm kind of long-winded here, but let's be honest about one thing. This only works if some people in the Arkansas booster universe put a lot of money in the program. I'm actually sitting in a parking lot at Walmart right now. They put more money in Missouri's program right now than they do Arkansas. Many of them graduated from there. So do I think it's going to work out? Certainly wouldn't bet against it, but no way would I bet for it.
Say that one more time that's a very interesting thing you just said. You just said that they put more money in Missouri's program. Go ahead.
Yeah. As I said, I'm sitting in a Walmart parking lot right now, which is, a business here in Arkansas that gets a lot of pub, and they do put some money into the Arkansas program. But from my sources, I'm told they put far more money into Missouri, where most of them graduated from. Now, great grandpa back in the day, he did things here. Sam Walton, grew up in around my area, but that's not the way it's working now because again, Missouri knows how to play the game. Arkansas has been battling uphill since the word NIL became a dirty word and not the word nil.
Sean Sinclair, jump in here with the great Dudley Dawson, who I bow thy head when I say thy name. Dudley's been at it a while now, 1987 graduate of the University of Arkansas. Go ahead, Cinco.
You guys have already started talking about Bobby Petrino, and he's earned his reputation. Everybody knows what he's all about. There's no secrets about what kind of person he is or, how he treats players, et cetera. It's all out there in public. My question to you is, Pittman's well-liked guy. You just said the defensive guys were well-liked. What can really be done in the next couple of weeks to turn this thing around in defense? Because what Petrino is essentially telling the world is that, hey, our defense is terrible. I'm getting rid of these guys, et cetera. That's the reason we're in this position we are. What can they realistically do except promote some GAs, promote some analysts, give some other guys a couple of different responsibilities? What are you hearing over there?
Well, it's my understanding that that Tennessee has 17 non-coaches in their support staff. Arkansas has 5, and they are promoting from within. A couple of these guys have NFL experience, SEC experience, but they all took jobs right now because on the sports staff because they were out of work. So, do I think anything can get better? Well, if you had the opportunity to pull their checks and tell them they weren't getting their checks unless they started to play hard, I think that would be something that would turn it around, but you can't do that yet in college athletics. I don't see them getting great at defense anytime this year. I do suspect that he's going to be on them in whatever mode he can, but do I think it's going to work? No, because of the nature of college athletics. They absolutely did not put forth an effort. They quit the other day against Notre Dame, and I have a hard time saying that, but they actually quit. You can put on tape and watch the guys run by them, and they weren't lined up. It was just a cluster, and a change had to be made. There are a lot more people like Sam Pittman as a guy than Bobby Petrino, but a lot more people like Bobby Petrino as a coach than as Sam Pittman. So we're going to see how it works out, but it was, I've talked to a lot of players, including Clint Sterner and Anthony Lucas, who y'all might know from past Arkansas Tennessee games, and they were absolutely embarrassed at what was out there on the field.
I don't blame them. I mean, look, that you give up 28 points in the first half, and your opponent only has to go to third down one time.
42. They gave up 42 in the first half,
I'm sorry.
2 touchdowns in the last 35 seconds.
My bad. 42. I mean, what's 14 points among friends at that point? And as Dudley Dawson joins on the program, and things are so screwed up there that Dudley says that if the change would have been made a year ago, they would have given the job to a guy that got fired the day after they gave the job to an interim coach. So I want you to kind of try and digest. I mean, we've seen a lot of screwy stuff around here. We saw the coaching search and Shiano Sunday and all that stuff that happened back in 2017. I don't know if we've ever seen anything that screwy. So you're telling me the guy that would have gotten the job got fired by the guy that got the job that wouldn't have gotten the job a year ago. Am I close?
You nailed it. I mean, you absolutely nailed it. I mean, I think the political people would say you used the word salad, but yes, you nailed it. And that is how mixed up it's been here, and why you have to, as good friend Bobby Bones says, as he tweeted out the other day, and he's the biggest Razorback fan around, but he tweeted out the other day, you got to burn it down.
Well, that's a good. That's a really good thing when you've got like over half the football season to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and hey, there's a lot of great young coaches out there, and here's my number one thing that I want to say about this current football program: you cannot be bad and not have any energy, not win the press conference on Monday. You have to have come out, and that's just not Coach Pittman's persona. He's just not an energy guy. He's just a good old boy that drinks a beer, and that's great. But when you're losing, you got to come out and at least have some energy and look like you were upset about losing, which I know he was, but he never looked like it. So that's why you're going to have to bring in Rhett Lashley, John Summerall, some of these other young coaches that not only can turn a football program around, can play the NIL and the transfer game, they can also have some freaking energy at the press conference, because that's what the fans need.
Summerall guy's a live wire. Plus, the one thing we've seen, and we saw it with Tony Vitello here, you get somebody with juice. The juice guys aren't afraid to go ask for the money. And the money guys are going to follow the juice guys. I mean, unfortunately, we're living in a day and age where, it's more about entertainment than it is the good old boy. A lot of the guys that got jobs back in the day wouldn't get jobs in this modern era because it's about how you project, how you speak into a microphone, all that stuff. Dudley, what other names are you hearing besides a Lashley, besides a Summerall? Who are some of the other guys that are on Arkansas's radar?
Well, Barry Odom is another one out there because he had been here, obviously before, and the defense was pretty good when he was here. But, I just don't see that happening. It's got to be – those are the two guys that I just tossed out there are a couple of guys that I think have real traction. The others, I'm not so sure how this is going to work out. Last time this job was open, at least 8 different people turned it down.
Jeez.
Or got themselves raises, including the young coach at Ole Miss. It was a cluster back then. You got to put money in it, or they're going to be sitting around here, and I'm going to be doing this again in 5 years.
Is the Ole Miss job a better job than the Arkansas job right now, Dudley?
It is right now for sure. Absolutely. I mean, about that NIL and transfer portal, their program got behind it early on. Ole Miss, they did a wonderful job. Arkansas stood around and said, "Look at that! Look at what they're doing there," instead of doing it themselves.
As somebody that grew up in the 70s, I cannot comprehend that Arkansas football is in the spot they're in. I just cannot.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean, that is a
you love the
brand.
70s. I loved Earth, Wind, and Fire. I still do today, what's left of them. And I had a thing yesterday. I paraphrased Earth, Wind, and Fire's great song. I said, "Do you remember when Arkansas had 27 commitments in the month of September? Now they have 18. And that was 3 days ago."
I thought you were going to say the reasons we are here.
That's another good one. It ain't no Boogie Wonderland up here right now.
No, I would say not. But Dudley, you're my man. On the way out, tell the living listener where they can find you, read you, your podcast, all that stuff. You're interactive and intergalactic.
Yeah, Inside Arkansas is where my podcast is now with John Neighbors. A lot of great guys there. Still working for Hogville, covering a bunch of sports. Also doing some long narrative stories for Best of Arkansas Sports. I enjoy getting to write 3,500 words again instead of 600. And Twitter, it's at Dead Sports. So, I'm getting after it. I've got some energy all of a sudden.
You're fun, buddy. I love you. Thanks.
You bet, bud. Anytime.
Be healthy. Be good. On your TLD Logistics phone lines, Dudley Dawson joins. Hey, Sean, you and I remember when Arkansas was a great brand in college football. How about Walmart's giving more money to Missouri's recruiting effort? Sean, was that in your Cinco card?
I didn't realize that. The assumption was because they're in Arkansas on my part.
Yep.
That they would favor that. But if you think about it, Stan Kroenke, who married into the family, he was all about St. Louis.
Yeah.
In those areas. And he's more of I think he controls the family portfolio there with the Rams. I think they own Arsenal football club in London. And so that maybe Arkansas is just not a priority for them.
Wow. How about that?
I did see the Walmart brand on the stadium on the field last week.
Well, sure, but the one thing he said is, and we saw this with Tony, and we're seeing it with Barnes. When Barnes started courting the Haslams, that's when I knew his recruiting was going to get real. Because last year they went, and we reported this in real time. They basically went to Mr. Haslam. That would be Jim Haslam, and they basically got like an extra $3 million to throw at that freshman basketball player. Barnes has a fire in his belly, y'all. They went and got this guy from Bermuda. They did not like that Purdue came in here and took that kid from Greenville away from them. They said, "We'll show you something." That kid was going to go to Purdue. This kid that really wants to be an engineer. And Rick Barnes got on the express and flew down there to Bermuda and charmed his mother. It's the most next level thing ever. Yo, it's unbelievable. The guys that will get after it in recruiting are always the guys that are going to really, really, really win at a high level. And I think that look, you can win, but you got to me, when you're in college sports, you got to love the recruiting thing. That's why, Sean, this Tony Vitello guy going to Major League Baseball doesn't make any sense to me. Sean, is there a better recruiter on the planet than Tony for what he's done here? On the planet, Sean.
I wouldn't think. I mean, he has some competition. The Johnson at LSU and the cat at Texas are awfully good. They have they have bigger histories and bigger brands in college, or I'll say legacy brands in college baseball. But no, if you take a look at what he's doing right now with his past class and these next two, he's the best recruiter.
Back to our phones we go. It's unbelievable. We'll get as many calls in as we humanly possible today on our TLD Logistics phone line. Let's go back to our phones and get our first civilian phone call in of the day. We had Watson Brown on, presented by our friends at Simpsons Meats. We had Dudley Dawson on, who's in Hogville. And let's go to our phones. Hello, welcome in. You're on the air.
Tony, good afternoon.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Columbus Kid.
Real quick on Vitello. Obviously, I think we're not even close to being down the road on that thing at all. Like, I don't think it's going to happen. But man, college baseball and MLB are two completely different sports. I think more so than basketball or football. Like, college baseball, to be honest, is kind of a circus. And
that's why I love it.
It's just such a different sport. Like, he would go do it and be successful. I mean, maybe not. But if he were to go, you build the statue the next day before he leaves and root for his team when they're not playing your team. Because I don't see it. This is his baby. I don't think there's a coach in the country in any sport where the program is just completely his. Maybe Hurley at UConn basketball. This is his baby. That's why I never thought he'd ever take another college job, like ever. But yeah, anyways.
I think you're right. No, I think you're right. He's got Total Control Racing here, TCR, which was great. Great slot car line back in the day where you could switch tracks anytime you wanted to. And you mean to tell me Tony's going to go let some squint-eyed Ivy League nerd tell him who can play, what his lineup is, who can pitch today, who can't pitch? I mean, come on, man. I mean, come on. But go ahead, Columbo.
Okay, the reason for the call, Tony, the blog today. All right, like, slow down, man. Like, he isn't 2019 Joe Burrow here. You're listing off schools that you said wish they had Joey Aguilar. Okay, the kid at Oregon's going to win the Heisman. The kid at Ohio State's like fourth in the country in passing efficiency. What are you talking about? If those schools thought they could use Joey Aguilar, they would have gone and gotten Joey Aguilar.
They didn't know who he was. They didn't know who he was.
Him off Ohio State's roster.
They didn't know who he was.
UCLA.
They didn't, and neither did you. Well, you were the same guy that told me it was over for Tennessee back in December. And then when they got this guy in the spring, you're the same guy that told me it was over then. When this guy walked out the door and hang on, let me talk. They didn't know who he was. If Ohio State had a surefire thing at quarterback right now, a surefire thing. They've got a kid at quarterback they hope can grow into it by the end of the year. You and I both know that. Come on, let's get on, because you're talking about apples and oranges when you talk about that league. The last time he got on the field with a commensurate Southeastern Conference team, he looked very average at best. Yes or no?
That was the first game of the year.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking a question.
First of all, Tony,
I'm asking a question.
If the coaches get more trust in him,
I'm asking a question.
More trust in him.
Okay. If they had Pavia or Aguilar, I mean, it's one of these veteran guys. If they had a veteran guy, you won't give Joey Football any credit. That's your narrative.
He's going to grow into the role, and when he does, the college football season's a wrap because nobody's beating that team. The only team that could play with those guys is Texas, and that's only if Arch figures it out.
Okay, how about if Texas had him? How about if Texas had him? Do I get that from you or no? I don't get that concession either?
How do I know what Arch's going to look like?
If Texas had this kid, if Texas had Aguilar, well, you won't give Aguilar. If Texas had Aguilar, they would cut every net down possible, and the guys in Columbus would get absolutely destroyed by them. And you know that.
Tony.
But you won't say it. You know that.
Tony. They scored 13 offensive points Saturday in 58 minutes.
There you go.
Stop it.
You know it.
Okay?
You know it, and I know it.
If if it weren't for Chris Brazel making an unbelievable play on the Carrick Schoolboy 105-mile-an-hour fastball that Aguilar threw to his back shoulder, the season is over, and we are having a very
Sean, you see what we're doing? You see what we're doing here?
In fact,
this is embarrassing.
That would include Josh Heupel's job status, unfortunately.
So,
okay?
Oh, come on. Oh, come on.
I'm not saying I would call for it, but we would start questioning some things if Chris Brazel doesn't make an unbelievable play on fourth down.
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
Come on.
Brian, you can't mock a guy that's coming in here being a takesman. I mean, he's being a takesman. I mean, he's having a terrible take.
Was ridiculous.
Do what? The blog was excellent today. The blog was excellent.
That blog was ridiculous.
And I'm honored you read it.
A nice player here.
I'm honored you read it.
He's been a nice player here so far. He's played well.
Nice player. He's in the Heisman Trophy. What do you mean he's a nice player?
And the guy that you said that the school he should have gone to is a leader for the Heisman Trophy.
Who literally got put in a straitjacket by Penn State Saturday night. Yes or no? You want to knock Aguilar on the road? You want to knock Aguilar on the road? What about Moore on the road? He got put in a straitjacket.
Well, I have a team full of NFL players.
We don't get that concession. We don't get that concession from you. Okay, I want to make sure. What league's better, Mark? Hey, Mark, what league's better?
I don't know. I don't think the SEC is any good.
I know. I know, and you know, Mark. If you rank those teams and played them 1 through 16, the Big Ten might win 3 or 4 games. Come on, man, get real. You know that.
Tony, I'm an SEC. Tony, I'm an SEC homer. I'm a complete SEC homer. It's not even remotely close to what it used to be. Not even close.
What?
The talent is all spread out now.
What?
Okay? It's not even close to what it used to be as far as the gap. Not even remotely close. Not even close.
Well, since the Heisman is very much about perception and what have you done recently, if Max Gilbert would have made that field goal, I believe that Joey Aguilar not only would be the best story in college football, he'd be in the top 5 in the Heisman now.
You're absolutely right, Sean.
Possibly. And all I'm saying is we're making this guy the 2019 Joe Burrow, and he's not that. Is he as bad as I thought he was going to be? Absolutely not. He's played very well. He's great in the Georgia game.
He's not Joe Burrow. He's having a great year, though.
He wasn't that good Saturday, guys. He wasn't. He had one great drive at the end of the game. Other than that, he wasn't very good.
What about the guy in Oregon that you're
I disagree. I think he made.
What are you talking about?
I think he makes plays out of nowhere better than Hooker did.
Exactly.
I mean, if we're getting real, Hooker was a nice player.
That's all. There was a reason.
Aguilar, I don't think Aguilar is is Heisman worthy. I don't think Aguilar is an NFL player. I don't think he's an All-American. But I think you're kind of discounting the fact that he's come in here and added a completely different element to this team, and he makes plays out of nothing. That scramble play to the left when he got hit in the chest and found Mike Matthews, it was a floater, but he made Matthews down there. Manning don't make that play. There haven't been many quarterbacks around here in my 40 years that make that play.
It was a great play. But that's a far cry from saying that all these top teams would rather have Joey Aguilar than what they have.
I said if they had him. I didn't say they'd rather have him. I didn't say they'd rather have him. I said if they had him.
He didn't say a trade. He said if they. And I think what he's saying is what we're talking about is the production. If Florida had the production, I don't care what Lagway does in the NFL. That was dog poop throwing 5 interceptions.
That's Florida.
That's not even tried. I don't care what your star rating is. I don't care what your NFL is. That was absolutely given up on your team.
It's the same concept, Sean.
Ohio State, Penn State, Alabama, Texas, Georgia.
If Texas had this guy, nobody would touch him. But you won't say that. You won't say, and you know it's true. But you are the type of guy that will not.
Tony,
you will never.
Nobody might touch him anyway.
You declared Nico off limits. You declared Nico conversation off limits. It's very much on limits, big boy. Very much on limits.
Nobody might touch Texas anyway, even with Arch. They're that good. I don't think you guys yesterday ranked the SEC team.
There you
Texas
go.
is the best team in the league.
There you go. So you're so in other words,
just for kicks, I watched that UCLA Northwestern game, just that nonsense.
Yes.
And his stats were okay. Nico is terrible.
That's the worst.
He's in fact regressed.
Mark will never give you that. Mark will never give you that.
What's Joey Aguilar doing at UCLA?
See, Mark will never give you that.
And I'm not
He'd be better than that guy.
Nico's broken. He's done.
He'd be better than that guy. He'd be better than that guy at UCLA.
UCLA is the worst team in the Power Four. Period. They are. They're terrible. They
likely have one of the worst quarterbacks in the Big Ten.
Fine. He's getting pressure on 70% of his dropbacks. Like, nobody can play the position doing that. Like, I mean,
he got Nico was the least pressured quarterback in college football last year.
And he's the most
I didn't make those
pressured this
stats
year.
up.
I'm not saying he's great. Look, he's a bust. I'll say it. He's a bust completely. But this idea
There you go.
These schools with these 5-star quarterbacks would be better with Joey Aguilar is insane.
Mark, you don't learn, and I appreciate your call.
That's
Thank you.
insanity.
And
they scored 13 offensive points Saturday in 58 minutes against Mississippi State.
Mark,
okay?
State. Mark, have a good day.
They weren't playing Georgia.
Mark, have a good day. You made your point. My Rona.
He is awfully. He's well informed, but one thing about Mark, and I love Mark the caller, I do.
Yep.
He is once he gets on a hill to die on, he is very hard to remove from that.
Yes, Severe on the TLD Logistics Hotline.
Mark's a takesman. Are you currently a residential electrician? Would you like more benefits, better pay, more upside? What about a $3,000 signing bonus? Free company-paid health insurance, annual profit share, company vehicle, gas card, much more. Call Advent Electric today. Advent, known for their large commercial jobs around town, and due to high demand, they're adding additional roles for their residential department. Maybe you know a friend, family member that's a residential electrician. Spread the word. Email hr@adventelectric.com. hr@adventelectric.com. 865-588-0631 and ask for the Tony B 3K signing bonus. Advent Electric is hiring. You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land. Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contracting. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting.
College football fans, Chris Fowler here with the play call. This season, go for Dose with ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis. It's more than a single play. It's a mindset. Think of it as a 2-point conversion for real life. Taking the risk, making the bold move. Whenever we get the chance to go big, we take it. On the field and off, always go for Dose with Dos Equis.
Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2024 Dos Equis Lager Especial Beer. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Whether it's baseball, football, softball, church groups, or schools, if you're raising money, do it with locally roasted Grade A Grounds coffee. I'm Billy Miller, a Vol alum and Knoxville native. You keep 40% of sales, and we donate 5% back to our East Tennessee community. Get started today by visiting our website at gradeagrounds.com.
Fall officially begins this month, so now is the perfect time to make sure your home's HVAC system is ready for the season ahead. Don't ignore the warning signs that your heating or cooling system is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need fast, reliable HVAC repairs, seasonal preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new high-efficiency system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Whatever HVAC problems you encounter, our certified technicians will make a full assessment and then provide the best long-term solution to keep your home comfortable again all year long. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free.
Hi, I'm Jim Simpson, owner of Simpson Meats. When's the last time you grilled a really good burger or steak? One your friends still talk about. Our goal at Simpson Meats is to make that happen every time you have a cookout. All of our cuts of meats, steaks, burgers, briskets, and pork are always fresh, flavorful, and sustainably sourced. We are family owned, so we know the importance of knowing how and where your food is raised. We have been putting quality first since 1888. Visit our butcher shop off Lovell Road or online at simpsonmeats.com.
Hey there, Basilio family. Jennifer Morse here with Keller Williams Realty. The countdown to fall football is on. Is your fall plan missing the perfect home to watch the Vols make another playoff run? If a new view is on your game day checklist, I'm ready to help you find it. Don't wait until kickoff. Give me a call today at 865-694-5904 or visit my website at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Tony Basilio, and we are live once again with Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, you're out there on the field, 100 strong here in Knoxville. Talk to me. What's been going on with FC Alliance now that the weather's heating up?
We're out here for the first night of the boys' tryouts. We have over 400 kids that'll be here tonight. So a lot of exciting times right now for us. Our club team started at U9 and we go all the way through U19. We have over 1,000 kids that come from Chattanooga from the Tri-Cities that make all our teams and make this club what it is today. So we're excited about it. We finished the younger kids a couple of weeks ago. We just finished the girls last night, and now we're on to our older boys program as we speak right now.
And we're blowing and going in the Tri-Cities. Tell me about it.
We started FC Alliance North 1 year ago, and coming off the first year, we're the largest, most competitive club up in the Tri-Cities area. We just finished our trials last night. Looks like right now we will be well over 400 kids for the upcoming season. So great things happening up there. We've put our boys into some really good regional leagues. So we're excited about what the future holds for them and also our girls programs.
If you want more information, check them out at fcallianceknox.org. That's fcallianceknox.org. Chad Stockton, keep growing the beautiful game here in East Tennessee.
Absolutely. Thanks, Tony.
Tony Basilio along with the great Mark Griffin. And we're here to talk about our friends at Performance Medicine. And Griff, their slogan, stay educated, stay healthy. That's you.
Wow. I really like to think that, Tony, and I'd like to give Dr. Rogers a lot of credit because I definitely want to stay educated and healthy, and knowing that he's putting the time and effort in to make sure of my care. I want to encourage your listeners to put the time to learn and become educated and get to know Dr. Rogers and see if it can help with your health as well.
And there's a really, really easy way to do that. In fact, they've got their own YouTube channel. You can see Dr. Rogers for himself with his staff. It's called The Performance Medicine Show over at the Performance Medicine channel over on YouTube. Also, more information at performancemedicine.net. To our friends in North Knoxville, a brand new location over in Fountain City, now accepting patients. So many ways to reach Dr. Rogers. And like they say, stay educated, stay healthy. Performance Medicine, online, performancemedicine.net.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
When it's past high noon, it's time for a vodka soda made with a vodka you actually heard of. I'm talking White Claw vodka soda made with White Claw premium vodka. JB Smooth only drinks vodka soda made with the world's smoothest vodka.
And you can too. Pick you up a bottle of the triple wave filtered vodka that's been distilled 5 times. White Claw premium vodka comes in 4 flavors: black cherry, mango, pineapple, and just vodka. You haven't had vodka like this. No one has. White Claw Premium Vodka. Please drink responsibly.
I say let's go. I'll welcome you back. 865-200-5402. My name's T to the B. Mark got me a little hot under the collar. I need to calm things down. I'm calling on the callers now to turn the temperature down a little bit. Let's return this show to normalcy. Can we return this show to normalcy? I'm calling for So I'm just going to hit a random button here. I'm calling for normalcy on the program. Hello and welcome in to this caller. I'm turning the show over to you for some normalcy on our TLD Logistics phone lines. as the playbook with William Pattison on the way next, and we're going to stay here and do some overtime as well. Go ahead to our caller. I need some normalcy.
Hell no, you can't get no normalcy today, Tony B. It's been a damn while since I've been on here because I had no idea you switched from 99.7 to 1340 because you wouldn't even pass the information. I had to find out from my old buddy at the steel mill that you was on 1340. How does that get done? The guy that brings you ratings, the guy that puts your ratings on top, let you go worldwide. How the hell does that happen?
Brian Hartman, you produce the show daily. Did you not make Florida aware of what had occurred?
Well, I encourage Florida to, I apologize for not letting Florida know. If I had his number, I would have.
And Florida, it's funny. You've lost my number to text me after the last Florida debacle with the Gators, or I'd have let you know then. But for some reason, Florida, we couldn't find – exactly, you're acting like you can't find me. Florida, we couldn't find you with a search warrant, bruh.
Hey, bruh. Hey, listen, I'm in the same spot I've always been.
Come on, bruh.
Listen,
Let's keep it real, bruh.
I'm going to call you every chance I get. I don't care. Listen, Billy Napier's time to go.
Come on now. You know it's true.
Shouldn't have been starting. Whoever was doing the reps during the damn offseason, that's who should have been the quarterback if he was hurt. Because y'all kept saying he was hurt. But didn't nobody let the quarterback, let Terrell Jones Jr. know that he's the man. And you know what? He should have been the man. But, hey, who am I? I'm just a lonely old fan, Tony B.
Well, there are a couple quarterbacks in the league that are each hurting their team, and Sean mentioned it earlier.
He's one of them.
Well, he's one of them, and the guy at LSU is another one. The guy at LSU is either playing with an oblique injury or a shoulder injury, but at either case, you can tell that guy can't push the ball downfield. And the chatter is they're going to go away from him and shut him down for like a month, which they need to. They need to do that, Florida. And your guy, there's a freshman sitting behind him. If I were them, I would go to that freshman because Sean's right. What happened in that 5-interception game, that's just a guy going into business for himself, being what would you call that, Sean? Like irresponsible, selfish? What would the term for that be?
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he's well coached. Florida has probably very, very good coaches, but he just went. It appeared to me that he just went on his own agenda. I'm not saying he's throwing the game. I'm not saying he's trying to lose, but he was not putting his teammates in the best position to win.
But let me say this, bro. I can understand where you're coming from to a certain extent now, Sean, and I'm gonna tell you why. Who's calling those high school ass plays? That's Billy Napier. I mean,
That's a horrible offense.
He's trying to bring his team back.
Yeah, it's horrible.
He's trying to bring his team back, bro. And you know what? When you're the type of player that he is, bro, he's trying to put his people in the right position. But those dumbass play calls, man, you gotta admit, bro. Those are some dumb play calls. They don't stretch the field. With all the receivers they got, they don't stretch the field. They don't do a thing, bro.
Billy Napier and James Franklin need to get a room, Florida, and conjugate their offense. Because that's some of the worst offense I've ever seen. Both of them. Just awful.
And the defense is great, dude. This defense is stopping everybody. I just don't understand, bro, how they
oh my gosh.
I can't understand how the faculty man in Florida, man, letting this dude get away with this, bro.
You're going to twist Arch Manning up like a pretzel this week is my prediction.
Hey, man, Arch Manning ain't what y'all thought he was going to be.
No, sir.
He's slow, too. He
looks like slaw to me. Hey, if Texas had Aguilar, Florida, if you guys had Aguilar with your defense, you'd be unbelievable. They would trade their quarterback for Aguilar tomorrow, Cinco. You know that's true, right?
Well, I don't think Billy Napier's a great play caller or offense. He never has been, but even back when he was in Louisiana. But the thing is with the Lagway and Nussmeier is you can't abandon your your fundamentals when you're trying to make plays. I mean, I hear you what you say about the type of player he is. There's no type of quarterback that should be consistently thrown into triple coverage. There's no quarterback that should be rolling to his right when you can throw the ball quickly out of bounds and he throws against his body to the middle of the field. That's stupid.
It's unbelievable, Andy.
That's not a play call. That's just showing your rear end. Like, hey, I'm going to try to showcase myself. I would sit him. I don't know what you guys have as a backup, but I will say this: if healthy, I would rather have Graham Mertz from last year than what I'm seeing DJ Lagway this year. Not last year, this year.
This year, they have a 5-star freshman sitting there. Hey, by the way,
5-star, bro.
By the way,
Jacksonville.
All right, hey,
hometown Jacksonville.
Admit this to me. If you guys had Aguilar, you'd probably only have one loss right now. True or false? Because Martin Columbus doesn't want to admit this. He won't admit it. But you will.
I'm not going. I'm not going to admit that.
You will. You're an honest man. You're an honest man, and you will admit it. Hang on. I'm going to give you one more chance. I'm going to give you one more chance here. Hang on. I'm going to put you back on hold. Let's act like the call. Okay, so Mark in Columbus just called and made a total fool of himself, okay? Like a complete horse's ass of himself. No offense to him. I love him. I'm for him, not against him. But he's really like a borderline psycho caller. Now, I love him. Florida, I'm gonna give you another crack at this. You guys have a great defense, not good, a great defense, and have a pretty solid weapons on offense. If you plugged in a good veteran quarterback, for instance, either a Diego Pavia or Joey Football, you would only have maybe at the most one loss right now. Do you buy that?
Hell no, because Aguilar hadn't shown me a damn thing, Tony B. I don't know what he showed you, but he haven't shown me a damn thing. Because you know what? He struggled. He struggled the whole 3 quarters with Mississippi State. He struggled.
Oh, that's the new narrative.
Y'all gonna see what y'all see anyway.
That's the new
narrative.
Y'all
gonna see what y'all see because y'all die hard. Y'all die hard. And I'm just a guy that, you know what, to boost your ratings and get you guys fired up for the next game. And guess what?
You don't have a sense.
Y'all think Aguilar is King David now, bro. That's a shame.
You don't have a sense you were born with, and you're out of here. But I'm glad you found the show again. Let me get our next call in. Hello and welcome. You're on the air.
Tony, excuse me, 4th generation listener, 3rd generation caller. Let's bring some levity back to the show. Florida is an absolute, well, I'll just leave it at that. Tony, I was born in Florida, but my heart will always be in Tennessee. I need to get the hell out of that state. It's a cesspool. But, Tony, let's do one thing. You caught my ear about Vitello. Let's set one thing straight. There's no way in Hades that Vitello is going to leave the University of Tennessee kingdom that he has built. He has all the autonomy in the world.
Yes.
He has basically designed a brand new stadium. The checkbook is open. Danny White has said on the record, my job is to get out of his way and make sure when he needs something, I get that for him. He loves it here. You don't get that in MLB. One of his strengths is mentoring young men, right? I know Cinco alluded to that. He's great at it. He's great at mentoring and molding young men. And you don't get that chance at MLB. He's also a fabulous recruiter. You don't get that chance at MLB. It's a grind. And, do I think he'd be successful if the Cubs came calling or maybe the Cardinals one day after winning a couple more natties? Yeah, he would absolutely be successful. But Danny White's not an idiot. He will open up the purse strings. I don't think Vitello's leveraging this for a raise. I think he's well paid, and I think he realizes that. But this is a big nothing burger. Vitello is going nowhere.
You know, I had a guy last night tell me he's on the airplane. I'm sitting here going, okay, if he's on the airplane, how come I'm texting with him? I guess he's got incredible service on a private plane. Maybe I've lived a sheltered life and he's watching the game too. Maybe he's up in the air watching the game. I'm just sitting there going, and then I said, well, what do you mean? He goes, well, he's with the Giants right now. I said, no, he's watching the game right now. He's not with the Giants right now. How do you know that? I'm texting with him. And
Tony,
I invited him
Delta.
I invited him down to Calhoun's. See, I live a sheltered life.
I invited him down to Calhoun's. He says, well, we're busy recruiting. He didn't say I'm going to be in San Francisco at a press conference. We got a huge weekend coming up that weekend, Arkansas. We have all this stuff going on. He told me, he said, I got a guy, if we get him, he's going to make the Hall of Fame one day. I'm like, huh? And then he said it out loud to somebody in the media.
Tony, he said, I'd love to, basically paraphrasing, introduce him to Todd Helton so you can get a picture, because it'd be good to see two, Hall of Famers together, one future and one current. But
Say?
and he's not full of hyperbole either.
No,
so that's
he
saying
doesn't
a lot.